Hey YouTube, it's Nevermore Meadow, and today we're going to be talking about my bench seat for my 2018 Triumph Street Scrambler. Hey guys, so one of the questions I get asked the most is about the seat on my bike. So I thought I'd do a little video on where it came from and why I picked it and why I prefer this seat. So here lies the Street Scrambler's stock seat configuration. You have your rider seat, and then you have your pillion seat. Um, so it has this like scoop up on the back, which is nice because it's a nice comfortable seat, and this back portion keeps you from sliding up on the seat. The downside to it is it doesn't give you a whole lot of room to really move around. And on the pillion seat, it's just a really small passenger seat, so it doesn't really add a lot of support and a lot of confidence for any passengers you might be taking. So a lot of times people will get a bench seat specifically so they can move around more. You can change your riding position, you can slide back. The downside being, and this is only a problem with the Street Scrambler, I already have everything loose just to make this easier for demonstration. So most bench seats in the Triumph offering, especially for the bench seats, require you to move this locking mechanism on your seat from here to the rear. And it's only the problem with the Street Scrambler. And that's the reason you can't put Street Scrambler seats on Street Twins or vice versa. But at least with the Street Scrambler, you have the ability and the capability to move that lock. On the Street Twin, not without modification. So what I like about this seat from Omega Racers is it has the lock in the right configuration for me to add this bench seat without having to move that tumbler lock to the back. So you can order a myriad of seats for them specifically for the Street Scrambler without actually having to do any modifications to the bike itself. So I can go back and forth really easily and switch between the seats without having to do any major modifications. So with that lock being in the right place, this goes under that tank bolt. And it just locks in place. And now I can move back and forth on the seat and change my rider position really easily. So that's why I like this seat a lot. I will say I got the gel inserts. So with these seats, they come in standard foam, but I highly recommend getting the gel inserts. It's a lot more comfortable. I got it all the way throughout, so I'm not going cheap on my passenger. I have it for myself and the passenger. And there's a couple different stitching configurations too. You can get diamond, you can get tuck and roll, and you can get stitching like I got, which isn't as waterproof. Or you can get the heat pressed, where it's the same pattern. They just press it with a heat gun instead of using stitching, and that is actually a better waterproof configuration. I really just like the look of the classic stitch, which is why I got this. And you can get it through omegaracer.com, and they are the exclusive distributor for these seats. So if you want to get a seat from Omega Racer for the Journey Project seats, you have to go through them. And here is the weird part. So a lot of you will go to the website, you'll notice, hey, I saw that red seat, but it's not an offering. So what's nice about JP Customs is if you find them on Facebook, and this is the great thing about technology today, is that they're made in Taiwan. Now, I don't speak the language, but Facebook Messenger will translate for you. So I told him, I was like, hey, I looked in your site, I saw some pictures, I really like this red material I saw. Is it possible to get that through you guys on this seat? And they said, yeah, no problem at all. I still had to buy the seat through Omega Racers, and this is what I did. So I contacted JP Customs. I told them exactly what I wanted. I went through Omega Racer and I purchased the seat. I gave the order number to JP Customs just to prove to them that I paid for it, and they're able to make whatever I wanted. So it's all custom made. So if you want something different, you can ask them to do it. Just ask. That's all you have to do. So it's a really super comfortable seat. Great for long rides. Like I said, I can move my position back and forth really great, really easily. And like I said, if I want to go back to the stock seat, it has the stock locking mechanism. And it's the only brand seat that I've seen that offers that. So if you're looking for a seat for your street scrambler, that's no hassle for moving your lock. I highly recommend these JP Custom seats from OmegaRacers.com. So let's say you have a street twin or another bike that is not a street scrambler. Can you still get the seat? Absolutely. They offer all kinds of seats, but if you have, like I said, the street scrambler, you just make sure it says that the seat is specifically for the street scrambler, and you'll have that locking mechanism. Now, technically, you could take any Bondi seat, move that locking mechanism back, and use whatever you want. So another issue too, besides the locking mechanism that I've seen other people have problems with, is they'll move the locking mechanism, they'll have their seat, but if they have any kind of rack system, they'll have to modify the seat sometimes to make it take that rack system as well. So what's great about this seat is I have this rack from Denkai Customs, and I haven't had any issues with having to modify anything. The seat just fits on nice and easy and locks in place. So that is my Journey Project seat that I got through Mega Racer. I'm highly satisfied. It's a very comfortable seat, and I hope you guys check them out. I have a link below.